So, you're applying for Social Security disability, and you know the wait can feel, well, endless. The uncertainty is one thing, right? But the financial pressure, that can be a whole other level of stress. So today, we're going to walk through a real, practical survival guide to help you get a handle on your finances and hopefully ease some of that stress while you're waiting for your claim to be processed. And yeah, if you're in this waiting game right now, you know exactly what I'm talking about. The timeline can be all over the place, and it can leave you feeling pretty exposed until you get a final decision. It's just a period filled with a lot of questions and, for a lot of people, some major financial strain. Look, that stress you're feeling, it is 100% real, and it's totally understandable. But here's the thing, feeling stuck doesn't mean you are stuck. A solid financial game plan is one of the best tools you have right now. So let's build a plan to help you cover the essentials and, maybe most importantly, free up some mental energy so you can focus on your health. All right, so let's get right into it. The very first, and I'd say most crucial step, is to build yourself a solid financial foundation. And where does that start? With a simple, sensible budget. And look, a budget isn't just about pinching pennies. It's about grabbing the steering wheel when it feels like everything else is just out of your control. So how do you actually do this? It's pretty straightforward, really. It boils down to these 3 steps you see right here. First up, you've got to know where your money is going. I mean, every dollar. All your bills, rent, food, insurance, copays, you name it. Second, you got to look at what's non-essential. And yeah, this might mean making some tough choices for a little while, but trust me, those small cuts, they really add up. And last but not least, try to plan for the unexpected. Even if you can only stash away a tiny amount, having any kind of emergency cushion can make a huge difference for your peace of mind. And this is so important because a budget is about so much more than just money. It's a tool for your well-being. Think about it. The source material points out that all that money stress can actually make your health conditions worse. So by building this little financial safety net, you're not just managing debt, you're literally giving yourself the breathing room you need to focus on what really matters, your health. Okay, let's talk about the big one. For so many people, it's medical bills. They can pile up so fast and become your single biggest financial headache while you wait. So, what can you do? Let's go over some smart ways to handle these costs without, and this is key, compromising your health or your disability claim. Here are 4 really practical things you can start looking into right away. First, look into community health centers or financial assistance programs at local hospitals. A lot of them offer care based on your income. Second, just talk to your doctor. Ask if there are generic versions or lower-cost options for your prescriptions. Third, keep records of everything. Not only is this vital for your SSD application, but it also helps you catch any billing mistakes. And finally, don't be shy about asking your doctor's office or the hospital about a payment plan that fits your new budget. And this quote right here, this really gets to the core of it. I get it. It is so tempting to skip a doctor's visit to save some cash, but you have to be so careful here because that can seriously backfire. The Social Security Administration needs to see that you've been consistently getting treatment. It's a double whammy. You're not just putting your health on the back burner, you could actually be torpedoing your entire disability claim. Okay, this next part is a bit tricky, but it's super important to talk about, making a little money while you wait for your claim. A lot of people think that if you earn even $1, you're automatically disqualified. That's actually not the case. There are ways to bring in some extra cash, but you have to be, and I mean extremely careful about how you do it. So, the most important thing you need to burn into your brain is this term, Substantial Gainful Activity, or SGA. Think of it like a speed limit for your earnings, set by the Social Security Administration. If you earn more than that limit, the SSA is probably going to look at that and say, hey, it looks like you can work, and they could deny your claim. This number, the SGA limit, is the magic number. It is a hard line in the sand you just cannot cross. And here's the thing, this number changes pretty much every year, so you absolutely have to Google current SGA limit to find out what it is for this year. Going over that limit, even by a little bit for just 1 month, could put your whole application at risk. Seriously. So, keeping that SGA rule in mind, you've basically got 2 paths for finding some financial relief. On one hand, you can earn some income, maybe some part-time or gig work. The key is always staying below that monthly SGA limit. On the other hand, you can look for assistance. We're talking local charities, nonprofits, state programs that can help with things like utilities or rent. A lot of people end up doing a little of both. You just have to see what's out there where you live. Phew, We have covered a ton of ground here, so let's pull this all together into a clear roadmap, something you can actually use to start taking back control. This isn't just about treading water and surviving, it's about navigating this waiting period with a real plan. All right, so here it is. Let's boil it all down to your financial survival checklist. First, build that budget. Get control. Second, be proactive about your medical costs. Don't let them manage you. Third, carefully check out your options for income or assistance, always remembering that SGA limit. And fourth, and this is a big one, keep up with your medical treatments. That right there is your game plan. You know, we've laid out all the strategies, but just knowing this stuff isn't enough, right? The power is in doing it. So my question for you is this. Looking at everything we just talked about, what's the one thing, the first step you can take today? Maybe it's just jotting down your expenses on a piece of paper. Maybe it's looking up a local food bank, or maybe it's just Googling this year's SGA limit. Whatever it is, taking that one small step, that's everything. That's how you start. Thanks so much for tuning in.